Which brings us to Canada. It's picking a battle with China. Ottawa has imposed a 100% tariff on Chinese that's electric vehicles. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says China has an unfair advantage, so he wants to prevent that by slapping 100% tax on imports. Beijing, on the other hand, has slammed this move. It has called it protectionism. Now, Canada is not the first country to do something like this. The US imposed 100% tariffs on Chinese EVs in the month of May. The European Union too has hiked tariffs on Chinese cars, so this move by Canada is part of a wider battle between the West and China. Will it escalate in the coming days, and who has the advantage in this EV showdown? Our next report tells you.
We will be introducing a 100% tariff on Chinese-made electric vehicles.
With that Canada has followed America's lead. It's imposed a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs, that's electric vehicles. What does that mean? A tariff is a tax imposed by any government on imported goods. A 100% tariff means the importer will have to pay a tax equal to the value of the item. For example, a Chinese EV costs around $330,000. Canada imposes a 100% tariff, so the total cost of the car would be $60,000. Basically, it makes Chinese EVs much more expensive. So why is Canada doing this? Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says China has a policy of over-capacity. What he means is Chinese EV makers get government subsidies, and that means they can make cheap cars. These cars then flood overseas markets, and that impacts EV industries in other countries. Ottawa wants that to stop.
We are transforming Canada's automotive sector to be a global leader in building the vehicles of tomorrow, but actors like China have chosen to give themselves an unfair advantage in the global marketplace, compromising the security of our critical industries and displacing dedicated Canadian autos and monumental workers.
China is Canada's second largest trading partner. So what is Beijing saying? It's calling it trade protectionism. China says this is against the WTO rules, that's the World Trade Organization. Beijing also claims Ottawa's move undermines the global economic system.
It is important to emphasize that Canada's actions ignore objective facts, disregard WTO rules, and go against historical trends, representing a typical protectionist approach.
So how much will this ban impact China? Well, not very much. Currently Canada only imports one Chinese-made EV car. It's Tesla. No other Chinese-made EVs are sold in the country, so the damage won't be too much. But Canada is not alone in this battle. There's a massive EV trade war that's brewing, and it's China versus the West. In May, America slapped a 100% duty on Chinese EVs. In July, the EU raised tariffs on Chinese EVs to 37.6%. The West says it's against China's subsidies to the EV industry. They believe it gives Chinese car makers an unfair advantage, so they're imposing tariffs to negate that. But will it really help? China makes up for 60% of all electric vehicle sales. In 2022, China sold 5.9 million EVs. Meanwhile, the rest of the world only sold over 4 million. Plus, they tend to be cheaper. That's because of the subsidies, and also because batteries are manufactured by Chinese companies. All this gives Chinese EVs a competitive edge. They can sell EVs for as little as $112,000. So how is the West trying to fight back? It's already imposing tariffs on Chinese cars, but just doing that won't help. So some governments are also offering tax breaks, which brings us to the EV industry. The global EV market could be worth $900 billion by 2030. China is looking at the EV industry as the key to its future development. The West is geared to prevent it, which means this war will get even more intense in the days to come. Thanks for watching this video.